Alrighty, so I do believe that you've already prepaid for the appointment, correct? Excellent. We're just gonna begin then, since your stop is before my stop quite a bit, so I don't want to waste any time. Let's just go ahead. So you've been itchy for a few weeks now, correct? Alrighty. Just gonna go ahead and part the hair. Taking a look, spending special attention at the roots. We are looking for lice and we are looking for nits or eggs. Now, there's two different types of eggs. There's alive eggs and then there's dead eggs. The alive eggs will be like brown because they'll have like a louse inside. And then the dead eggs, meaning that they've already hatched, they'll be like a white, kind of translucent color. Where have you been itchiest? Alrighty. Yeah, those are all fairly generic places, I won't lie. Like fairly common, I guess. So it could be lice. I'm trying to do this in like small sections to ensure that I don't miss anything. Small sections really help me to be thorough while still work with speed. Since you mentioned the nape of your neck, let's take a look at that. I'm just going to get you to look down a little bit. Just parting just with my fingers for this part. Okay, just gonna grab the hair like so. Okay, parting it towards the nape of the neck, but just leaving a little bit of hair to take a good look. This is generally where we find the most amount of eggs. I'm gonna kind of grab a few sections, bring them up to the light. Just take a look. I'm gonna be honest, don't see any lice right now. Don't see any nits. So that should be a big relief for you. Hopefully it is. Okay. Let's keep parting with the comb here. Just brushing. A little bit of a smaller section. I try to brush it just to keep it like semi-organized, keep it sectioned a little neater, I guess. Still nothing in the hair. But you know, I am definitely seeing a bit of irritation. Have you recently changed your shampoo at all? Or maybe conditioner? Maybe did you do like a different scalp treatment? No, okay. Have you dyed your hair? That might be what it is then, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I am seeing irritation across the scalp, just like a little bit of redness. I'm gonna use I've got these knitting needles. They are wooden, and they have these points at the end. And I'm just gonna be using these. Just gliding them across the scalp, just parting the hair so I can get a better look. Just a general overview. Just taking that general overview of the hair by parting it and just trying to take a focused, like intentional look at the hair. So I'm really trying to make sure I'm not missing anything, if that makes sense. Yeah, if it was the hair dye, the reason why the nape of the neck and behind the ears could be most irritated is because those are pretty sensitive areas. So that might be why. I'm gonna take a guess and say that it is the hair dye that's caused this. Maybe you had like a light allergic reaction. Maybe you left it on too long. Do you think you could have? Okay. Could have been a number of things to do with the hair dye. You just have a light, sensitivity to it. Could also be, like I said, laundry detergent and sleeping on your pillow, or if you wrap your hair up in a towel. Could be any hair care routine or product. Let me think. That's really it. That's like that comes off the top of my head, at least. Really anything that you'd apply to the scalp you could have a sensitivity to, and that's what could be causing the itchiness. Like I said, I haven't seen any lice yet, but we're going to continue to look at the scalp to make sure that the problem is definitely not lice. Don't want you to leave this appointment and be misinformed or uninformed about anything. And those would be two very different treatments. Like if you do have lice, I'd really recommend using a lice treatment, but if it's not lice, we don't want to risk irritating your scalp even more with the treatment. So definitely want to make sure I'm being thorough. Still not really seeing anything. Have you maybe spent any time outside recently? It has been quite sunny the last few days. Because yeah, it could be maybe that you got a little bit of like a sunburn, or just spent too much time out there, and maybe irritated the scalp a little bit. Do you ever wear hats when you go outside? Okay, well, I could recommend that for the future at least, to make sure that doesn't ever happen to you. One time I had this atrocious sunburn on my body, and I didn't even think about it on my head, and I like scratched my scalp one day, and it was like the biggest flake of dandruff you could ever imagine. And I remember like being horrified. I thought, like, I've never had dandruff that bad before, like what is going on? So I went to the bathroom and I used my comb, and let me grab for demonstration purposes. I literally like went along my hairline, right? Where I part my hair, which is normally down the middle. And I was like scratching like this just along the scalp. Just scratching. And the amount of dandruff that was coming off of my scalp, it was insane. It was like so much freaking dandruff. Just these huge, large flakes just falling right off. And I was mortified. But then I realized that I had that sunburn when it was on my shoulder, right? And on the sunburn, I was like peeling the sunburn, which I know is really bad for you, but I was doing that. And then I kind of put two and two together, like it must have been kind of the same thing, I guess. Anyways, it was overall a very weird experience, because I was like, what is wrong with my scalp? Like, I've never seen it like this before. But it literally was just a sunburn. So anyways, you can wear, like, they make sunscreen for the scalp. You can also wear a hat, or try and spend time in the shade to just take care of your scalp health, and of course your hair health as well. It can be really useful. Good for you as well. So just gonna be taking this light pen just to do a light inspection. Just parting the hair with my fingernails, like this, spreading apart, just so I can take a look. Also taking a look at the hair. Still no sign of lice or any nits or anything. The light pen normally really helps, but I do have to be careful. I don't want to shine it in the bus driver's eyes. One time I did that and we almost crashed and probably wouldn't have survived, so good thing that we've got a good bus driver, because that would have been kind of tragic. Okay, Okay, nothing with the light pen. I'm gonna just be using my fingernails. Just taking my nails here and running them along the part, making sure I don't feel anything. Sometimes you can just feel the lice. Sometimes they're even so small it's hard to see them, and they can kind of be translucent. So just using my nails or my fingers to try and feel for any bumps along the hair, and that can be really helpful. Sometimes our eyes aren't as strong as touch can be, you know, for like sensing something. Just feeling along the hair, like I said, for any nits or anything. But I truly don't think you have any lice, which is excellent news for you. Which means that I would go with the second sort of treatment. So I'm not gonna prescribe you a lice treatment unless of course I find anything in the last little bit here. It doesn't look like I'm going to, but what I'm gonna recommend instead is try and use very gentle products, okay? And don't use too much of the product, okay? So, well, what kind of shampoo do you use? Okay, yeah, I know that one. That's actually a good one. But you're just gonna make sure you're gonna use like a quarter size amount and really get like it lathered up with water, okay, before you put it on your hair, so you're not like stripping the hair of too many natural oils and you're not being too harsh on the hair. And then I would really recommend using some soothing ingredients on the head as like a treatment. I think coconut oil could be really helpful. You could do like a yogurt and banana mask, or I'll write down a list and I'll text you of some different like products that you can buy. I won't just tell you them what they are right now, because I don't want you to like forget what they are, you know. So I'll text you those. And I would recommend picking up one product to do some treatments on, and then I also really recommend that you wash your hair in as cool of water as you comfortably can. So you want to do like cool or cold water, but I know that can be really uncomfortable, so you can also do with like room temperature, or yeah, just at least slightly colder than what you normally do at the very least. But I recommend it to be like room temperature, slightly cold, to wash the hair in. The rest of your shower can be like a normal temperature, but that part's pretty hard as well. So I understand if you have to do like room temperature to like warm. I would avoid heat, so no blow drying, no straightening or curling the hair for 2 weeks. I would say do all of this for about 2 weeks and then see how you're feeling, how your scalp is. And if it's better, then like slowly go back to your normal routine. Don't just dive first into the normal routine because you might irritate it again. But if it's getting better, then you can like slowly go back into what you normally do. Definitely wear hats in the sun. Yeah, all that kind of stuff just to take care of the scalp health. But to finish off, I'm just going to be parting the hair and doing a little bit of brushing just to ensure that I don't see any lice, like just to be really positive that that's not the problem. Because I don't think it is, but you never know. And yeah, just follow that advice. Text me if you have any concerns or any questions. I will answer them. And I would avoid that hair dye again, personally, because I think that's what caused it. But we can do a follow-up appointment in 2 weeks if you want. And that can help me to see how you're doing, take a look at the scalp again, diagnose anything else that I can, you know. Because perhaps it is a different issue. You know, perhaps it's not the hair dye at all. So it's good to come back if you have any more questions or concerns. Or, of course, if you do find any lice, any signs of lice, or any nits or bugs, please come back and I will help you to the best of my ability. But I'm not seeing anything through brushing the hair. So I'm quite pleased with what we've gotten done today. I hope that it was helpful and yeah, maybe even relaxing for you. And I really hope that my advice will help. And at the very least, you can rejoice in the fact that you are lice free. So you don't have to worry about that at all. Thank you so much for choosing my services. And I hope that I was helpful. Have a